26-yard line.
Set up, 18 Gator. Mike 40, Mike 40. Switch. Hey, Mike 7. Mike 40, Mike 40. Be driven.
On play action, they'll throw. And he will find his man on the outside. He'll wind up getting a yard on the game's first play. It's second down.
And, partner, I think that was a great example that not all tight ends are created equal because everything was right. Got the completion, but he's not one of the more dynamic guys in the league. So even though he caught it, couldn't turn it into much more.
They only got a yard out of that last completion, and that makes this 2nd and 9. 2nd and 9 now. Open man is Higgins. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. A gain of 32 that time.
Brandon, we've both been around the game long enough that we know that in pregame, defenses are pretty amped up, aren't they? I mean, they're pounding lockers, and they can't wait to get out there. But when you hit them with some big pass plays early, it takes the starch right out of them.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. So now 20 yards to go on 2nd down after the sack. Work to be done. They'll drop to throw. He's going to fire one deep left sideline. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete. They were trying to liven up this playoff game very early on. Pretty deep throw, but good coverage.
I think they were counting on the defenders being a little tight, a little over-anxious early, and trying to catch them flat-footed and get a big play.
Hey, dude. 54, right there. 54.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. This pass complete to Higgins. And he takes this down deep on the Cowboys' side of the field. That goes for a gain of 31. Well, how about the passing numbers so far on this first drive?
Oh, no doubt about it. They're flinging it around pretty successfully. And look at the start. The confidence level that we see in him rising because he's hit a few early. And how about the last one? The big shot right there.
This is Jones. And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Buccaneers. Taking it in from the 20. And the Bucs take the ball down the field and score on their opening drive. One of the keys to their long winning streak has been scoring first. An ideal drive right there, getting the first 6 points of the ball game.
Do you go back to our meeting with the offensive coordinator? Remember what he told us?
Absolutely.
With some teams, I script to probe in the early part of the game. Other teams, I script to attack. They've been in attack mode for these ball games and continue that in this one.
That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll bring it back to just about the 25. Call it the 24-yard line. They run it for the first time with Tony Pollard. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage back at the 22. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up 2nd down.
Nice play right there to stop him behind the line, but I want to see how this defense continues to play him here in the first half.
Yeah, we know. You know better than I. He has the ability to take over a game. So what do?
Yeah, I think you have to make sure that you bottle him in at varying levels. Because if you crowd everyone to the line of scrimmage, if he breaks through, there's nothing but room to run.
On 2nd down, it's Pollard. And he will lose yardage on the play. Back at his own 19-yard line. That's a big loss of 3, and it brings up 3rd down. Plays like we just saw there, that's why they're up right now. And the defense, they're doing their job.
Yeah, it starts with the guys up front. So when you talk with GMs who are putting together a team, a lot of them say we're going to build from the inside out, because if you control the line of scrimmage, you control the rest of the ball game, and that's what we're seeing here. They're actually playing in the offense's backfield, not necessarily just playing at the line of scrimmage.
94 is the mark. 94 is the mark.
Murray with a 3rd and long, and he fires one that's intercepted. Derwin James with a pick, and he will score. Touchdown, Tampa Bay. We thought this defense would be opportunistic, and they were. Here, you're already up. Now you got a 2-touchdown lead. I tell you, going out there on defense, did they have a little bit of extra momentum with a score already on the board?
Oh, without a doubt. That already felt good to them, and they took it and used it and obviously put up another one. But here's the thing now. Some defense coordinators might want to pull their guys back a little bit because they don't want them to make mistakes because they're too overamped. Others say, I've got a 2-touchdown lead. Go get them, guys. They'll be even more aggressive.
And he'll get it up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. The Dallas offense here set to begin the drive. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything. At least 3 points, get that 0 off the board. Good work to pick up 7 yards there. That gets them into a 3rd and 1 situation.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
Here's the first carry for Ezekiel Elliott. And Elliott trying to work his way forward, but it looks like he did not make it. No gain on the play there. A nice job defensively, and it likely forces a punt situation on 4th.
25, check 25, check 25. Go. Switch it, come on, switch it. Alert 3, alert 3, alert 3. Hey, switch gears, switch gears.
They do go for it. It's Murray. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Boy, a curious decision to go for it. Doesn't pan out, and that will force a turnover on downs.
18 Gator. Hey, Charlie. Clear.
They'll come out throwing here on 1st down. And he finds a man with a crossing route.
Brandon, so many times we see the crossing route start as a quick hitter, but in this play, he had time in the pocket and waited for him to clear going across.
Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards. 2nd and 2. And that's going to be incomplete.
We talk all the time about playmakers on offense, but let's face it, there are plenty of playmakers on defense, too. I think we just saw an example of one, didn't we? Not force that incompletion.
Yeah, he's a great corner. They got a couple of them on that side of the football.
Let's go.
After the incompletion, here now, 3rd and 2.
Yeah. Here we go again. Here we go again.
Looking to throw. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
As my dad used to tell me all the time, when you're getting ready to play a big-time game, especially when you have one going into a dome setting, better strap it up tight because that crowd can really affect things.
Especially on 3rd downs like the one we just saw there with the incompletion. So he splits the uprights, and it has to be a nice feeling. Right when it left his foot, knew it was good.
Yeah, just like a good 3-point shooter in basketball, right? Release the ball, fall back on defense without even looking. You know it's going in the hoop.
This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And the decision to come out is going to cost him 5 as he's taken down right at the 20. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. And on that last drive, went for it on 4th, turned it over. A good job by their defense, though. They held him to 3, but this off rush coming, and he's taken down. Getting the sack, the 227-pound linebacker, Quan Alexander. Got to assume this defense will be charging again here. It's 2nd and 15. Now Murray throwing on 2nd down. Going long here for Wallace. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 40. And they are going to set up shop at the 40-yard line. First quarter, and now he already has 2 interceptions.
Yeah, he's got to guard against being tentative from this point forward, though. He's got to still make the right reads, make the proper throws. I've seen guys in this league throw 4 interceptions in a game and win. He's got to understand, put it behind you, keep pressing forward.
A good start to the drive. Here's that's caught out on the left side. A very solid gain of 27.
I know we just saw a nice throwing catch, but how about the big guys up front buying that time? Yeah, that's exactly what they did. They created time and allowed the space to happen, and it turned into a really nice play.
So from Cowboy territory now, here's 1st and 10 down at the 33. And that play went nowhere. Losing yardage. It'll be back at the 36. The loss of 3 on that first down pass play. Now 2nd and 13. And he held on to it, but he probably shouldn't have as they get him behind the line. So 2 plays with only negative yardage to show, and now it's 3rd and 16.
Check nickel.
Greystone, travel.
They'll set up to throw. And that will be incomplete. More problems here on 3rd down. They've converted only once so far in this first half.
And you know as well as I do in this league, if you don't win on 3rd down, it makes it hard to win a ball game because then you're relying on your defense, you're relying on your special teams. You've got to get it done with your offensive unit.
These kickers now, it's like we take them for granted. Kicks like that used to be such a big deal, and now you just expect them to make it.
Yeah, you're exactly right, and we shouldn't take them for granted, but I have a theory about it. You want to hear it?
Yep.
They are more athletic now than ever before. Talk about kickers. Trace their backgrounds, trace their histories. You'll find that they were big-time athletes all along, but their kicking was so prevalent that we made them specialists.
Well, and now those 50-plus yarders seem easy for some reason. The Dallas offense here set to begin the drive. And we don't want to call this desperation time, especially in the 2nd quarter, but you're down.
You don't want to.
No, but let me finish.
Okay, my bad.
You're down 3 scores already. You've done nothing offensively, nothing on the scoreboard. That's not a good combination.
I think you just called it desperation time. I think you did. But let's face it, you mentioned this to me in a break earlier in the game. The energy level hasn't been there right from the start. We've noticed that. They've got to find a way to get on their toes and start punching instead of retreating, to use a boxing analogy.
On 2nd and 7, Murray nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
We said it before the game, and I think it's still apparent. If these guys are going to advance in these playoffs, they're going to have to wreak some havoc coming off the edge.
Yeah, wild card round. They told us the wild card could be that defensive pressure. They showed it there. Throwing on 3rd and long. Murray. And he's going to find his man out of the backfield. That's complete. 7 yards on the play. And that'll bring up 4th down.
94 is the mark. 94 is the mark. Check. Check. 6 guard. Check 6 guard. Watch the safety.
And here we go on 4th down with Murray. And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. Derwin James with a pick. And it's a pick 6. He brings it back to the house for a Buccaneer TD. So now 2 pick sixes that he's thrown in this first half of play. Where do you go from here?
Well, number one, make sure you keep your poise. Make sure you go to the sideline after throwing this second one, and you look like you're still in charge, that you're still the guy, because your team's going to feed off of you. And if you're having your hands on your head or shaking your head and walking with your head down, guess what? They're not going to rally at all.
That'll be taken in the end zone.
The Cowboys take over first down 10. Let's go. At their own 28-yard line.
About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. They've got to be a little shell-shocked. Down double digits at home in the playoffs. Still in the first half. They've got to turn things around quickly. Now he's going to let it go. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off at the 20. And he'll take it across midfield to the 46-yard line. We haven't even escaped the first half, and he's already thrown 4 picks.
And Brandon, back in the good old days, probably back before you were born, if your starter threw 4 in the first half, he might throw 8 or more for the game because they weren't going to pull him out. But nowadays, the patience level isn't quite there. He's going to have to make some real adjustments, or the backup may see some time.
They'll try and start this drive in the air. He's going to fire one deep. Oh, this is taken in. It's complete. A big play that time for Tampa Bay. 46 yards.
Well, you don't have to be a genius to watch this game and figure out they've had plenty of success moving the football here in the first half. We've seen exhibits A, B, C.
And he'll take it into the end zone. Touchdown, Tampa Bay. A great play there. Taking it in as his guys continue to put this one out of reach. Nice job of polishing off that drive, but all the credit there goes to that play prior.
Yeah, it certainly does, because after that big play, I think resistance almost felt futile at that point, didn't it? And the very next play, they come right back, quick, fast, and in a hurry, and put it in the end zone.
That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll make it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. The Dallas offense here set to begin the drive. And last time wasn't pretty. One play and an interception. We'll see if they can do better.
I want to see if they want to go ahead and throw the ball again now on this drive after what happened on the last one. Throw it on the first play. Give the quarterback some confidence.
See what happens. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Now left side, a completion to his tight end. And he's going to be stopped up right at the line of scrimmage. No gain that time on the completion, and it'll be 3rd down. The Cowboys on 3rd down. 0 for 3 to this point. They could use a conversion. This is 3rd and 8. Throwing is Murray on 3rd down. And my goodness, another interception. Derwin James with a pick. And they will set up shop in enemy territory at the 42-yard line.
Set. 10 Lobo. 61, matchbox lights. Go. Ready?
On 1st down, Finch. He's got the 1st down here inside the 30. And down to the 19-yard line. Good yardage as he rumbles for 24 and a 1st.
Partner, if you want more carries, I think we saw how you get him. Showed that he's got the fresh legs, and he picked up the 1st down on that run. Don't just ask for him. Show him that you're supposed to get the football.
They'll look to throw here. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And he couldn't quite get there. Tackled down at the 1. Add the gain here to the previous play, and it's better than 40 yards total. They'll come out in the pistol.
I got you, boy. I got you, boy.
They go play action here on 1st down. And oh, it'll be intercepted. Good positioning, and it's picked off.
Brandon, this is why golfers do their best to never count a score in their head before the ball goes in the cup. This looked like a slam dunk for points on this drive, didn't it? Instead, they throw an interception, and they're going to come away empty.
About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. And they've sort of lost their way, partner. How do they recalibrate and get this proverbial train back on track?
Well, this is where leadership really comes into play. How's the head coach handling it? The offensive coordinator? Sometimes they just make a joke. All right, guys, you had your fun? All right.
Throw it out the window.
Yeah, let's get back on track here. And sometimes that'll work just fine.
I guess it's time now to lean on that leadership. After the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 20. Murray looks to throw again, 2nd and 10. They'll tussle for it, and this is going to be caught. A gain of 28 yards there and give them a first down.
Press coverage on the outside, and for defenders, that's the ultimate risk-reward. If you take the risk, can you reward yourself by keeping them on the line of scrimmage? But no, not on that one. Got to step on them. Now it's just a matter of laying the ball out there for him to go get it.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Throwing on first down is Murray. And he's got Ezekiel Elliott. And taking it across midfield and just shy of the 40. Coming up at the half, we remind you that we're going to do what we've done all year. We'll get you down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. Coach will have the lowdown of what's going on here in this wild card weekend as we begin the road to the upcoming Super Bowl. And this is going to be intercepted. Derwin James with a pick. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. And they had a nice little drive going last time. Threw the interception in the red zone. Costly.
Bad enough to throw it anywhere, but that drives coaches insane when they're thinking about, hey, we've got a shot at points already. We're already in a spot where you're thinking you've got 3 on the board for sure, and to come away with nothing, that's a really tough one for them to swallow.
Yeah, will they make up for it?
Now!
Back to the ground, this time with Jones. He's got a first down and then some inside the 40. And now off to the races down the right side. Touchdown, Tampa Bay. Ronald Jones with his 2nd touchdown here in this first half as his guys continue to pour it on. Point after, right down the middle. And a route is on here in this first half. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away.
And that drives coaches insane, doesn't it? When they see that happen, it just doesn't feel right, does it? Plus, you're giving up yardage.
Good starting position for the Cowboys here as they come up 1st and 10 at the 41-yard line. Play fake. Murray. Escaping the pressure right. He'll try and run it. Give him 10 that time, escaping the danger, running with it, and picking up a first down. The last drive, remember, similar situation. He forced the ball into coverage through the pick. He learned better there.
Yeah, similar to a golfer that's confronted with a shot that you just can't make. Sometimes you have to take your medicine, as they say, right? Just pull it down, take off, and go. Don't make something worse than what it was.
10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
It's 2nd and inches at the 39-yard line.
Throwing again on 2nd down. Murray. And that's Elliott. Complete. And he's going to get it down to the 33-yard line here. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a first down.
It appears they found something that's working, and they keep going back to it. I guess you can actually say he has the hot hands now, doesn't he?
Yeah, well, it's one thing to hit your guy out of the backfield once, hit him a couple times. Yeah, you're right. Maybe they're... And now here is another interception. Derwin James with a pick. And we now have a new single-game interception king, a record-breaking 5th pick there.
If that's not the true definition of a ball hawk, I don't know what is. That is absolutely phenomenal. What comes to mind quickly, partner, is one of the more recent ones to get to 4. D'Angelo Hall, a terrific player in his own right, but in this case, 5. That sets a brand new NFL record.
Just over 30 seconds to go in the half. They've got it 1st and 10. They'll indeed try to run it out as they start on the ground. And an anxious moment or two there, but they do get him down. Now the Bucs going to use the first of their timeouts as they stop it with 28 seconds to go in the first half of play. So quickly all the way up at the 40-yard line.
Let's get off the field, D.
80 weapon. Look at me. Zip fire.
They'll run on 1st down. Finch. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. The Bucs going to go ahead and use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop the clock with 24 seconds to go in this first half.
Got it.
Check Mike 54. Mike 54. Hey, let's get in that home.
Here we go on 2nd and 12. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, Jared Davis. And his guys have got it back at the closing stages of the first half. After the turnover, here's Murray. And my goodness, another interception. Derwin James with a pick. And his guys have got it back at the closing stages of the first half. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. Time for a final kneel down or a safe run, and then they can head to the locker room with a lead.
Yeah, or they can even run a screen. You know, something they feel is somewhat safe that might actually pop and turn into a big play. That's what you usually run in this situation.
Or go 4 verticals because why? And he's in for the touchdown on the final play of the first half. The prayer is answered.
How did they get that done?
They talked about stringing together some explosive plays here in the playoffs. That was a pretty explosive play.
It certainly was. And if you're going to win on the road, it certainly helps to have big playability in your hip pocket, doesn't it?
So we come upon halftime here in this NFC wildcard matchup. As we'll get you over to Orlando, where standing by is Jonathan Coachman. He has our EA Sports halftime report. That's fielded in the end zone. And the decision to bring it out is going to cost him about 7 yards all told as he's taken down back shy of the 20. The Dallas offense here set to begin the drive. And that first half, one to forget really on both sides of the ball. They got to find some way to string something together here, don't they?
Yeah, they're down big right now. So as you mentioned, trying to find something to string together, get some consistency, something sustained, maybe calm their whole team down and find a way to get back in this one.
Yeah, because right now you're down big, you're being shut out. Let's see if this is the drive that kind of kickstarts them. On 2nd down now. Pollard. They had 3 yards on first down, just 1 yard there.
Tough first half for him, unable to put up the numbers he's used to producing. But with a guy like him, you and I both know it just takes a couple of explosive touches for him to make an impact on this game and on the stat sheet as well.
Let's go, let's go.
To throw on 3rd down, Murray. So left side, it's complete. Through an opening, and there he goes. Touchdown, Cowboys. A big play there. 78 yards. And the Cowboys are able to make things a bit more respectable. Extra point splits the uprights, so they do get one score back, but still a long way to go here in the third quarter. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And he'll probably wish he'd reconsidered here. It will cost him 10 yards as he's down at the 15.
Well, conventional football 101, tells us if you don't get it back to the 20-yard line on a kickoff return, that's a disappointment. But some of these teams, special teams coaches, with approval by the head coach, they give them full authority to go ahead and bring it out and try to be aggressive, almost what we call the green light, red light theory. Green light means go.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. So they come out of the locker room trailing, but plays like that, they won't be trailing much longer. Defense really starting out well this second half.
Yeah, they knew they had to jumpstart things a little bit. They really struggled in the first half trying to slow them down, but now they have a plan, made that adjustment that we always talk about, and it worked very well on that play.
And he'll get it up a little shy of the 15. They'll spot him down at the 14-yard line. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets them up for third down.
Set, ready, 8, read.
54 Mike. All day.
Recon, 132 fighter. 5. Ready.
On third down, he'll drop to throw. He'll buy, and he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes.
I think most quarterbacks would love to have the goal line actually extend up into the air and turn into a wall. They can put their back against it and know exactly where they are on the field so they don't end up in the end zone. Didn't do it on that play, but perilously close to the goal line.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38.
Here we go.
They'll go with Pollard here on first down. And they're going to get him behind the line yet again as his nightmare afternoon continues. Call it a full 3 yards in the wrong direction there. Brings up second down. So now they have to contend with 2nd and 13 after the first down run goes backwards.
Check. Lucky.
On second down, here's Murray. Now they set up the screen. That's complete. And he'll get it inside the 40 to the 39. Give him 3 on the screen. He couldn't break free, and it's third down.
So many things have to come together just right for a screen pass to break for big yardage. The blocking, the timing of the pass to the runner, everything has to fit together just right. But on that play, the defense was able to disrupt things and hold.
And now here is another interception. Picked off around the 27. And this one will be returned to right around the 38-yard line.
Well, NFL quarterbacks have learned the hard way. You're not going to get rich thrown against this guy. He's definitely too good. And this is now his 2nd interception of the ball game. And if I'm running the offense, I've got to tell my guys, you've got to go work on the other corner.
They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. Wide open receiver complete. A big pickup there, 18 yards and a Buccaneer first. This quarterback now, 9 of 15 throws. And he's going to be intercepted a third time. Picked up by Leighton Vander Esch. And they're going to set up shop at the 27-yard line.
Oh, man, Brandon, not a real good throw that time. It looked like he tried to put a little too much air under this one, and it turned into a floater. And defensively, this is a dream. He could have fair caught that one. That was way too easy.
Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. Going up top. And my goodness, another interception. Derwin James with a pick. And he'll take this across midfield and inside the 45.
So that's back-to-back drives where they've thrown an interception. Ordinarily, we look at the offense and say, what's going on with your scheme? Maybe we should look at the defense and just give them a whole lot of credit. They've got them frustrated right now.
Set, 30 base.
What we got?
Hey, Foxtrot. General West.
They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. They'll come up after the sack on a 2nd and 12. They're going to look to throw. There goes a deep ball, end zone. And oh, it'll be intercepted. Picked off with great anticipation. And he will take it out to the 25-yard line. This defense figured out something in the locker room. That's 2 third-quarter picks now.
And you just wonder, did he get too comfortable in the locker room himself? His team has the lead. Take care of the football. He's putting them in jeopardy right now.
They'll run with Pollard to begin the drive. And he's taken down but able to slip across the 35. 11 yards and a Cowboy first down. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. First down, and it's Pollard again. And this has been a familiar sight all afternoon as they stop him behind the line. A loss of 2 there, 2nd down.
That's a really alert defense there because they saw the heavy look come in from the offense, countered it with extra linebackers who brought a little bit of speed and heft, and able to really make a big-time play for their defense.
Come on, let's go.
On 2nd and 12, Murray throwing the out route incomplete. It's Flynn. His first catch of this wild card game, and it's good for a first down.
Well, that's what you're looking for when you want to throw the ball downfield. You want one of those guys who can play out on the perimeter, can play out wide, who can not only get open, but when they're covered, can uncover themselves downfield and create catches.
And he's taken to the ground, but he was pulled down by the face mask. Here come the flags, and I believe this is going to be a first down. Give him 3 on the play, so the face mask, quite a blessing there as they'll start out of harm's way with a 1st and 10. Throwing now is Murray. Over the middle, and it's incomplete.
Brandon, at least there's one bright side to that incompletion.
What's that?
It wasn't an interception.
Wow. You're a nice guy. That was kind of savage. But correct. No pick, just incomplete that time. Throwing again on 2nd and 10. Murray. And it's knocked away and incomplete.
This defense is continuing to contest every deep ball that is thrown downfield. And look, it doesn't matter whether you're playing man or zone. Eventually that becomes man on man, and you've got to trust yourself and go up at that moment of truth and make a play on the football.
So back-to-back incompletions, and that has him staring at a 3rd and 10. Now Murray again. Looking left side, and it's complete. Touchdown, Cowboys! A big play there. 46 yards. And the Cowboys claw one back.
Look, we all know that sometimes we see upsets in the wild card round. But I have to tell you, in this case, I did not see that coming.
I don't think anyone in the stadium saw it coming. You and I were coming in before the game. There was a couple in front of us talking about travel plans for next weekend. They might want to cancel those. Yeah,
I would say so, because right now it's looking more and more like they're going to be one and done. They're probably trying to call the hotel and make sure they get their security deposit back.
Extra point right down the middle. So they do get 1 score back, but still a long way to go here in the 3rd quarter. That'll be taken in the end zone. Oh, up and over. And he'll probably wish he'd reconsidered here. It will cost him 10 yards as he's down at the 15.
Well, conventional football 101, tells us if you don't get it back to the 20-yard line on a kickoff return, that's a disappointment. But some of these teams, special teams coaches, with approval by the head coach, they give them full authority to go ahead and bring it out and try to be aggressive, almost what we call the green light, red light theory. Green light means go, red light means stop. Looks like he had green on that play.
Trying to shake off the interception, he'll look to throw. And he'll toss this one incomplete. Seeing no options, he throws it away. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Out of the pistol to give to Jones. And that'll hurt the average a bit as this time they're able to get him behind the line. Now the defense going to use the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this.
Down. 60 outlaw. Topper. Go. Lead gripper.
On third down, Finch. And he's going to lose yardage here back at the 8. Now a second timeout called for by the defense. And as the two teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break. And how about this? 4th and long, and they're going to go for it.
Drop deep. Watch twist.
Yo, go.
They're going to try and throw. And he's going to go down right near the goal line. The officials look at each other. They're going to mark him at the 1-yard line. 1 quarter remains in this NFC wild card matchup. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. The best starting field position you could possibly have. 1st and goal from the 1. Murray going to throw. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. A 1-yard touchdown reception. And the Cowboys get a bit closer. Point after, right down the middle. And the lead drops from 34 down to 27. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. That's fielded in the end zone. And all that work, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been, and he's simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. The outcome of this one, well, we know who's going to win it. It's just all window dressing at this point. Got me thinking, what's the biggest blowout that you've been a part of as a player, broadcaster?
Well, I'm not going to go to the player part because when I think blowout...
Because you won every game as a player.
No. I think about being blown out. And no one wants to go back to those memories. But, you know, when I was calling college football, I saw a game that, you know, a team put 70. I actually saw it happen twice. A team put 70 on their opponent. And in the NFL, in the 2017 season, I saw one of those changing of the guard games where a team that hadn't been very good before now was dominating and kicking around a team who had been ruling their division.
And that's when you earn your paycheck, right? As the analyst, you got to fill that time.
You've got to know what's going on out there and how it all happened.
Well, obviously, that begs the question, what game was it?
That was Seattle hosting Los Angeles, the Rams.
Yeah.
Their second meeting of the season, and the Rams turned it around from the first one and blew out the Seahawks.
Here we go, set, 60 or. That's 61, matchbox lights. Ready?
They'll try the right side with Jones. He's got a first down and then some at midfield. And he'll get this down to the 39-yard line. Last play, they got stuffed at the line. Different story here, over 20 yards.
Brendan, every great running backs coach I've talked with has always talked about when you have great vision, you're not consciously thinking about your cuts and your moves. You're just doing them. And I think that's what we're seeing tonight. He's got to run them into submission, hasn't he?
You took the words right out of my mouth. I was just going to use that phrase. He has run them into submission.
Wave the white flag.
So line of scrimmage, still the 39 on 2nd and 10. Now a give, right side. Finch. And he's going to get this inside the 30. That's good for a Buccaneer first, a pickup of 12 yards.
Now, this is an example of breaking down a defense because on a lot of these runs, he's getting past the point of attack, and guess what he's doing? Forcing the secondary guys to have to make a lot of tackles.
On first down, it's Casey. And they've got it in the red zone now, down at about the 19. A solid run on first down, gain of 7, leaves him with a 2nd and 3. On second down, it's Jones. And just a couple yards there down to the 17. A minimal gain there on the 8th play of the drive. They'll try and run for it with Jones. And he'll have the first down, getting this one to the 14-yard line. Give him 3 yards and a fresh set of downs. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. And he'll get about 3 just outside the 10, stopped at the 11.
Here we go. X3. 218. Chop.
Check four. At the Cowboys' 11-yard.
Big rip.
They'll keep it on the ground. Finch. Bottled up. Fumble. It's out. It's loose. It's picked up by the Cowboys. And this one will be brought back to the 22. So the defense there, opportunistic.
It's nice to give them credit, isn't it? Because so many times it's more a matter of what the offensive guy didn't do. He didn't secure the ball, didn't cover up. In this case, let's just give credit to where it belongs. Knocked it free, made a big play.
Give him a couple on the carry there, 2nd and 8.
He continues to struggle to find a crease to break off a big one and might need to just put that aside and just try and ram his way forward and get what he can.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8.
Man up, D. Man up, D. Zip it. 52. Watch 52. 52's the mic. Go. Run. Mike 52.
Gonna run again here with Pollard. He's got the lane, and there he goes. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. Tony Pollard, 76 yards. And the Cowboys cut into that lead. Extra point splits the uprights, and the lead now down to 20. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken.
The Bucs take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Ready, set.
The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. I'm sure the message as they come out onto the field is, hey, take care of the football, because the fumble last possession led to a touchdown. Still a 3-score game, though.
You don't want things to start to snowball. You know, one error leads to another, which leads to another. And then all of a sudden you're fighting for your life down the stretch instead of finishing the game in style, which is what they're trying to do on this drive.
Yeah, it would be a pretty amazing comeback, but we've seen crazier things happen in the National Football League.
We certainly have.
Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's Buccaneer football as we welcome you back. And you'd have to figure they're just looking to burn these final 2 minutes away and get out of here with a victory. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets them up for 3rd down. Well executed there on 2nd down, so do you go back to the air on 3rd?
Well, that's a possibility, but now you've opened up things to where you showed that you would run the ball in a long-distance situation. You might come back again.
And I think he's going to go. They're not going to get him. Past the 20. And he's into the end zone for a Tampa Bay touchdown. A big play there. 69 yards as the Buccaneers tack on to their lead. And it's no good. It has not been his day. That's the 2nd extra point he's missed so far. And they've got it. They recovered it. But hang on now, though. There's a penalty flag down. So they hit the ball before it went 10 yards. I know that's tough, but you got to stay disciplined.
It is difficult because you're so eager to go get the football. It's that type of a play, but you're exactly right. Have to have the discipline to let it go 10 first.
1st down, Murray. Pressure, and he's going to be taken down. They sack him back right around the 44.
Brandon, I think you understand the type of afternoon this offensive line is having. It is a long one for them. Long for you to spend it with me. Long for them trying to block those guys. They've given up a whole lot of sacks, and the speed and quickness of that defensive line is eating them alive.
And now here is another interception. Derwin James with a pick. And his crew will take over with a football at the 35-yard line. Now, after the completion, we're going to get a timeout, an injured player. Well, he gets attended to, will step aside.
Okay, ready?
The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. And this one all over but the shouting, you might say. Now, there's one timeout remaining defensively, but probably no real need to use it here.
Yeah, the only time they would use it, strictly for pride.
A big play on the ground there. It goes for 36 yards. They just look like they're having fun out there. Big lead. There's another big play on the big run. I mean, they can't be stopped.
I'm a little bit older than you, as you well know, partner, and you tend to tell me that all the time. But there used to be a big-time song, and the lyric was, "Summertime and the living is easy." Right now, it's football time, and the running is easy for this crew.
Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6.
Watch the screen, watch the screen.
Pilot, 60.
That one looks like he'll throw here. He's going to go up top for the end zone. And this is going to be intercepted. And Xavier Woods with a pick. The interception woes, they just continue to mount. He's thrown 5 picks. At this point, you got to be thinking, is it something between the ears?
I think a confidence hit does occur once you start getting those numbers up there a little bit. But as you and I both know, it's not always just one guy's fault. Maybe somebody ran the wrong pattern. Maybe some balls were tipped. It could be so many different things. Bottom line, though, it comes back to the guy throwing them.
After the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 20. Here's Pollard. Just a gain of a yard there, and now it'll be 3rd down.
Well, that's a good start to this drive on the defensive side of the ball.
Force the incompletion on 1st down. Then you're able to shut down the running play on 2nd.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised now. A little bit of pressure going into the quarterback in an expected passing situation.
Here's Murray as he sets to throw it. He's going to let it fly. And my goodness, another interception. Picked off at the 40. And that will write a finish to this ball game. Getting into the playoffs is one thing. Now they get to move on. Just 8 teams left.
The dream stays alive. Everyone's gunning for the Super Bowl. That's the ultimate. But you have to get there in incremental steps. One win today gets them one step closer.
So that'll just about do it for Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. For more, log on to easports.com. So long, everybody.